I've seen some incredible examples of innovation across different industries. First example is AmerisourceBergen. They've just won SAP's Innovation Award for their work safeguarding the US drug supply. Through our co-innovation with SAP and industry partners, AmerisourceBergen avoids waste in returned medications and reduces the risk of counterfeit or contaminated drugs along their supply chain. Tech Mahindra provides a unified collaborative platform for secure and faster clearance processes. All entities in its business network of port of operations benefit from cost savings. SAP provides more than just deep industry business expertise. We also help companies gain competitive edge with our business network and our end-to-end business process integration. We have two amazing customer examples featured later. You're going to hear how we're co-innovating with the Salling Group and other retailers for solutions on sustainable replenishment to keep shelves stocked while reducing food waste toward zero. And BioCAD, the biotechnology company, re-engineered its end-to-end process to reduce the time taken between research and production. Now, one of the things we've certainly learned this past year is that disruption and new business opportunities show up fast, and at times, unexpectedly. Companies that are ahead on their digital transformation journey are in a better position to steer their organizations through disruption, protect their businesses, and drive future success. Like VastBank, which is featured later on in this track. A digital foundation allowed the company to react quickly to market opportunities and changing regulations. Digital transformation also allowed the wildlife conservation leader, Teranga, to focus more time on expanding education and conservation programs, making an incredible difference in the world. To help balance running a profitable business today with transforming for tomorrow's opportunities, SAP and its partners have introduced industry cloud solutions. Thanks to many innovative minds across the globe, there's a growing portfolio of industry-specific solutions that are available to find, try, and buy on the SAP store. Graham Construction, for example, jumped at the chance to transform its business through better management of the construction equipment with the ETM Next, an industry cloud solution from our partner, Bearing Point. Graham Construction can deliver construction projects on time and on budget. The water company Fares uses SAP Cloud for Utilities solution. Clean and safe drinking water is essential for everyone, and Fares now runs its operation more efficiently and more effectively, increasing customer satisfaction and their safety. You'll hear that full story later on. We're also co-innovating with customers and partners to develop solutions. For example, one of the world's leading food processing and packaging solution companies, Tetra Pak, to deliver a new solution to enable outcome-based business models. And we're excited about our partnership with Honeywell. Our combined solution brings an end-to-end view of your buildings, from financial performance to employee health to the sustainability impact, empowering you to optimize your entire real estate portfolio. Another company minimizing environmental impact is Allbirds. The company invests in digital innovation to keep up with its customers' love of sustainable footwear and also provide transparency into its carbon footprint. To help you get a head start on transforming your business, we just introduced Rise with SAP for Industries. These offerings come with services and solutions that allow you to get up and running quickly. Now, many companies are moving from survive to thrive this year. And SAP and our ecosystem of 22,000 partners are here to support you. Running an environmentally and socially conscious business makes financial sense. And moving to the cloud helps you run your company with more agility. Adding industry applications to your core business process sets your company apart from your competitors. And you get up and running quickly. We created the Rise with SAP for Industries. SAP accelerates innovation for your core business process in every industry.
But staying with the topic of industry redefined and industry innovation, now joining me live from South Africa are Hilton Kulner, CEO of Discovery Bank, and Maya Surmava, CIO, Discovery Health. And live in the studio with me is Peter Maier, President, Industries and Customer Advisory at SAP. Hello, Peter.
Good morning, Melissa. Thank you for having us.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you.
Yes. Hilton and Maya, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us in the studio. I'm going to ask Hilton, tell us a little bit more about Discovery Bank and Discovery Health and how you guys decided to start rewarding healthy behavior and habits.
So Discovery was born out of a very simple but quite profound core purpose of making people healthier. And sort of the insight that prevention is better than cure. And if you can find a way to make people healthier, the sort of the actuarial impact of increasing life expectancy is quite remarkable. And if you think about it, it's quite intuitive in the sense that only governments and financial services companies or insurers can really monetize these better behaviors. And so what we find happening in our model is our clients are incentivized to be more physically active, to drive better, to manage their money well. And in so doing, the results for them in their personal lives are much better, but the results for us as an organization are significantly better as well. So it's a true win-win. Our customers have a better outcome, and so do we. And it's a model that we call shared value. Insurance, shared value banking, and it sort of resonates through all of our products, whether it's in health insurance, life insurance, motor, and bank products.
Thank you so much, Maya. Could you tell us a little bit more in terms of details in regards to Discovery Health?
Yeah, sure. I can probably put this, what Hilton described, into an example in terms of the healthcare. So we know that over 60% of premature deaths worldwide is linked to those 4 primary chronic conditions, which is your heart and the lung disease, diabetes, and the cancers. And we also know that primary contributors to this chronic conditions is our healthy or unhealthy behavior, which is drinking, the excessive drinking, smoking, unhealthy diet, and the lack of physical activity. So what we do is we actually incentivize and reward our members to change their behavior, to adopt healthy lifestyle. What that means is that it means better health for our members, and also the less claims, or the lower claims for us as an insurer and the payer for those claims. They end up in a hospital less often. Even if they end up in a hospital and get ill, they actually recover quicker and then have less complications. So overall results, and then once again, win-win situation. Our members are healthier, our health claims are reduced, and in return, we can also offer them better benefits and lower premiums. So another important part of this equation on the healthcare provider side. So now with the healthcare provider, similarly, we create the shared value model that focuses on delivering better health outcomes. So we incentivize providers to focus on better health outcomes, better treatment, rather than just traditional model of paying when they do something, when people get ill. So that creates, and once again, this continuous value generation and the value add in this healthcare ecosystem, and results in a win-win situation for all involved.
Peter, of course, I want to get your reaction to Discovery, and also tell us how important it is for companies to innovate.
Yeah, as you can imagine, I'm a big fan how Discovery really has reimagined in the insurance business their business models, right? So instead of you get sick and we pay, Discovery helps to stay healthy. Instead of you die and we pay, Discovery helps to live longer and also live better. And I would say also, instead of you crash and we pay, Discovery helps to drive much, much more safer. And from that point of view, that's from my point of view, a great model which we see also in much more industries, which goes beyond the insurance business, which we are seeing. So a great example.
And we've seen, I think, just the one thing, we've seen some incredible results from doing this. So we see our, for instance, the chronic condition that I've mentioned, in some cases, the costs are cut in half, and then seeing great engagement. As another example, when we've launched the benefit, was we give people Apple Watches, for example, and you pay for your Apple Watch as you exercise. So in essence, you don't pay if you meet your exercise goals, and the watch is yours. When we've launched this benefit in South Africa, we became instantly a top distributor of Apple Watches in the country. So the people really engage, and we see real difference out there.
Great. Now, Peter, I wonder if you're seeing this in other industries, this kind of reinvention and thinking about things very differently.
Absolutely. Maybe before you come to that, you see, I have my Apple Watch already, and I did my exercises this morning.
There you go. So you're in good shape.
Absolutely. No, good question. I think from my point of view, Discovery is clearly a front runner. How you basically connect the people towards the business outcome. And it's a completely different way, because you basically start from the customer and you work it backwards, and you combine the products and you combine the services which you want to do, right? I give you an example. We have already great discussions with companies in the industrial machinery business, where you are not charging for the tool or for the machine. You basically charge for that what the machine does. I know you also like my next example, which is maybe more suitable for you, which is coffee.
Right.
Great example in coffee, right? Rather charging, and the business model is all about the coffee machine. It's all about how much coffee have I produced and have I made. And just considering that the business model and the way how you treat the model is completely changing. The uptime of the machine, of the coffee machine, is important. The quality of the coffee is important, and the happiness, finally, of the coffee. So it changes completely the equation. And just doing that, I see a lot of industries which we basically completely will redefine how they will engage moving forward, starting with the customer, connect the people towards the business outcome. And that's the new way how collaboration will look like.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sapphire 2021. My name is Georg Kube. I am running the industrial machinery and components industry here at SAP. And today I would like to talk to you about one of our new offerings called Rise with SAP and how that is relevant to our industry. So when we look at our industry, then we see that the big global trends are certainly having an impact on manufacturers. They're an opportunity and a challenge at the same time. How do we support new mobility, sustainable energy? How do we make cities more livable? At the same time, the old quote unquote industry trends are still very much relevant. Customers are becoming much more demanding. Partners are becoming customers, customers are becoming competitors. The changing playing field is affecting the industry, and digital is everywhere. So what we see is that companies in the industrial manufacturing space are starting to deliver tailor-made solutions at scale and as a service. This is almost like a motto for being successful in this challenging situation. Now let's take one deeper look. We are working with companies across the globe, hundreds of companies every year. And what we see as a pattern is that manufacturers are pursuing 5 strategic priorities from a strategic perspective, from the perspective of the CEO, the CIO, CDO, and so forth. The first one is customer centricity, not only looking at the direct customer, but looking at the customer of the customer of the customer, all the way to the end consumer, to truly understand how the products and solutions of a company impact the experience at the end. That in many cases leads them to rethink their product strategy, make products more specific to an individual customer. We call this serving the segment of one. And then they realize they can much better do that when products become digital, when they become connected, when features are actually implemented through digital capabilities rather than physical capabilities. Now, these products need to be manufactured in different ways. They're much more complex. So what's commonly called Industry 4.0, or what we also refer to as digital supply networks and smart manufacturing, is the 4th important strategic priority. And finally, almost the holy grail in manufacturing these days is the idea of servitization and outcome-based business models, meaning I don't simply sell my product, I give it to the customer and then charge for the usage and for the outcome. And companies do this by deploying and by leveraging the value chain that they have, which is the head of R&D all the way to the head of service, with sales, supply chain, manufacturing in between. And of course, these people have their own KPIs that they need to follow up on and that they need to make successful. But they also have to contribute to the larger good. They also have to contribute to the strategic priorities with whatever they do in their line of business. Let me give you an example. When we think about servitization, then certainly the head of service is a point to deliver that service, to make sure that the customer has the experience with the equipment that the customer expects. But in order to do this, the head of service requires a product that enables it, that is connected, that's digital, that has the right kind of access points and the right kind of sensors to even be able to deliver that type of service. Now, who is responsible to build that product? That's the head of R&D. So already that person is involved. And for the product to get to the customer, it has to be sold. So the head of sales has to think about ways to incentivize and to structure the sales force in a way that they move away from big deals to small recurring deals that create a platform for revenue generation rather than a big one-time sell. So you can see how everybody in the value chain has to contribute to make those big strategic priorities work. Now, how do they do this? At SAP, we have this concept of end-to-end processes, core end-to-end processes. That's the essence of what a company does and what has to work. In industrial machinery components, the two most important ones are design to operate. That is the process which the product goes through. Early ideas, designs, manufacture, supply chain, and then delivery and service, the product process. And the second one is lead to cash. Now, obviously, that's the process that the money goes through from the first lead to a proposal to an offer, and then finally to an invoice. These two processes have to be run stringently and effectively in every IM&C company. And then there are two more processes which are equally important, but they don't contribute to the value generation just as much: source to pay and hire to retire. Now, while companies understand this and they get it, it is still a lot of questions that are open. They ask themselves, okay, how do I even tackle this? How long is it going to take me? What's the cost? Who do I work with? So all these questions are open, and we understand that. It's not an easy thing to get there. So what we've done is we have created a new offering, which is called Rise with SAP. Rise with SAP is our concierge service to the intelligent enterprise transformation as a service. It is comprised of the key products that you need: S/4HANA and S/4HANA Cloud as the nucleus, as the foundation for the intelligent enterprise, augmented with a starter pack for the business network and business technology platform, so you can extend and customize at the same time. A infrastructure layer, which gives you the scalability that you need, either by SAP or from hyperscalers, and augmented with tools and services that help you not only to chart your business transformation, but also the IT transformation through code analyzer, readiness check, and these kind of things. So Rise with SAP gives you everything that you need to become an intelligent enterprise on a foundational level in one box. And then what we've done is we combine that with our industry cloud solution offerings, because with the industry cloud solution offerings, you also get this innovative part. And those two things together basically deliver two sources of differentiating value. The first one being helping you to enable the strategic priorities that we just discussed, the ones that are relevant for you, very important. At the same time, helping you to do it in a way that mitigates risks, reduces IT costs, and accelerates time to these values. And we can do this by using our cloud delivery capabilities. Now, what are those in detail? Well, first of all, there's this element of transformation readiness. You need to understand where you are today, where is your differentiation to the competition, where should you start, what should be your first moves be? And we do this by achieving process excellence together with our business process intelligence toolset and our experience. We then offer all of this as a service experience. So you get a very simple support model. you get a simplified contract and commercials. And we take care of the updates and the augmentations of the solutions that need to be done. By doing that, we create this operational resilience that you need because you're using proven reference architectures that have been tested across industries and across regions with many, many companies. You are relying on infrastructures by the hyperscaler or by SAP that have been proven and provide the right level of security. And finally, by doing this, we can give you the cloud qualities of lower TCO, fast implementation time, and minimized risk. So in a nutshell, SAP understands your industry. We understand what it takes to be successful in these challenging times. We have a vision for you to become an intelligent enterprise, to do as much as possible to become that successful company. We have restructured our complete portfolio to meet your needs. We call it the Intelligent Enterprise Architecture. And now with Rise with SAP, we have an offering that helps you do this as easily, as quickly, and with lowest TCO as possible. I'm really looking forward to welcome you on that journey as well. Thank you very much.